I am so close to just judgment. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the Korrupted Judge, and welcome back to Helltaker the Second Circle, the game that somehow you all seem to enjoy me playing, for some stupid reason. So, in the last video, guys, if you didn't see it or you cannot remember, we went out with Azazel, we met with the museum curator, or the guardian of the exhibit, who tried to steal our ice cream. He told us that he finally believed us about all those missing paintings and junk like that. So now we're odds our next date we're gonna be going out. We're gonna help him out and see what we can do to save his ass. And yeah, that's about it. Now, in the last justice date that I did, I explicitly said how much she made me feel bad about myself because I am a 300-pound man, though some people seem to say that I don't look it, but I can tell that I am. And here she is, literally jacked. I also know that Dana O'Hara, with the little update with her new sprites, gave her a little bit of a bust up, if you know what I mean. Okay, enough gab. Let's get straight into this. True to your word, you and Justice start hitting the gym on a regular basis. I really should start hitting the gym. I have a friend that goes to the gym now, because she's going through. I guess we'll say something. I'm not within my own rights to say what it is that she's going through. I should probably go to the gym. Though grueling at times, the workouts leave you feeling better than ever. With a newfound spring in your step, you decide that it's time to complete some more manual household errands that you had been putting off until now. What do you mean? Starting with some of the boxes that are laying around in Modius's closet, you begin carting your old junk out of the car for donation. Wait, what? Starting with some of the boxes that are laying around in Modius's closet, you begin carting your old junk out to the car for donation. Oh, we're taking the stuff out. But how do we know that's ours and it's not Modius's lustful equipment? As you carry a particular cumbersome box, oh my god, I thought that said something else for a split second. One filled to the brim with your old model sets and paints, you run into Justice in the living room. Holy! Literally. Oh my... Oh, I hate when they do that. Hang on, what kind of TV is that in the corner? Is that a Dynex? That's the TV I use for my freaking face cam. Oh, what's up? Whoa there, Chief. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. You clatter to the ground in an amazing display of stooge-like physical comedy. Okay. Then, as if that wasn't enough, the withered tape holding the box together gives way and its contents spill out onto the floor. Oh no! All our lewd models are now spilled onto the floor. All our figurines. Excluding the one of Lucy, which I may or may not have ordered. Sorry, Taker. Didn't hear you coming. What's Taker's actual name? That's what I want to know. Has Daddy Venrimper Senpai Sensei ever stated what the heck Helltaker's actual birth name is? If not, can I recommend we call him Frank? I don't know why. I just like the name Frank. Ah, it's all right. Here, let me help you clean up. Oh, the stars animation. Oh, that isn't necessary. Nonsense. I'm happy to help. Before you can protest any further, Justice is already feeling around on the floor. She places her hand on one of the pieces that had escaped the box. Hey, we got the thing already? Hold up. What the heck is that? Look how nervous he is! But what the heck is that, though? Hang on. It looks like a tiny knight or something. What the frick? But how do we get this early? Like, holy Chrysler. Aha! Oh, what's this? It's nothing. That ain't nothing, man. That's like a rainbow-colored something or other. Doesn't feel like nothing. Exactly. Finally, me and Justice are on the same page. You watch with a mix of horror and embarrassment as Justice ponders over the object in her hands. Even I can't tell what it is. Now, what have we here? A toy of some sort? You know, this reminds me a lot of the nights that we were all This reminds me a lot of the nights that were all over the place when I was young. Ooh, are we getting a story time? Are we gonna get a flashback story time or something? I remember children would run around with these little wooden replicas of the warriors they favored the most. We're getting lore now. Could this be one of your old toys from when you were a kid? Not exactly. Oh, I get it. He collects these even as an adult. So that's cool. Before I adjusted my face cam, you guys used to be able to see my entire Hot Wheels collection sitting on my dresser. Oh, it's a model. Model? Yeah, collecting them was an old hobby of mine. What do you do with them after you collect them? Well, you're supposed to paint them. Oh man, and I could tell he butchered the paint. Oh my god. After that, it depends on the person, I suppose. Me, I don't really do any custom garbage with the stuff that I own, so I kind of just keep them on display. Some people just keep them around to look at. Others like to use them in games. I see. And what would you do with them? Well, I wanted to paint them and put them up for display, but yeah, your painting skills aren't very good. Granted, you probably did better than I could. You look sheepishly at the figure that Justice has in her hands. Color choice aside, the paint job itself is atrocious. He said it, not me. The paint is globbed on so thickly that many of the model's more innate details have been lost. Okay. I really hate when that happens. Okay, I can't remember a time when I actually did do a custom piece. I had an old Hot Wheel, I can't remember what it was. It was like a little, red, it was a Classics red Buick that I had, and then at some point, I can't remember who it was, but somebody, I don't know if it was a friend or my brother, took my mother's nail polish and like just glopped it on top trying to paint it blue. Oh my god, it was an absolute nightmare. I ended up getting rid of the car because it was absolutely useless. Luckily, I've ended up finding a replacement one in white, and I have yet to try and paint it because I'm not stupid. Beyond that, the shading is inconsistent, the freehand work looks like a child's crayon drawing, and there is still evidence of glue at the joints where the excess was not wiped away properly. But what? I never got the hang of it. Ah. Painting was never my strong suit. Yeah, but collecting demon girls from hell is somehow so much easier. So what are you going to do with them now? I'm not sure. They've just been sitting in boxes cluttered up Modius's closet since I got back from hell. Maybe someone who's better at painting can strip the color and do them up properly. With the sigh, you begin gathering up the figures and lay scattered all over the living room floor. Well, never in my life did I think we'd get a picture that early. But I'm impressed. Expecting Justice to pitch in and help right away, you are surprised when the demon does not move. Justice? Looking up, you are met with a surprising sight. Justice is frowning. No! Don't tell me we upset another one. Oh man, we upset Azazel in our first date at the museum. We upset Modius on our second date. Then we upset Justice on her first date. And we upset Melina on her second date. What is wrong with us? You don't like painting anymore? No, I do. It's just. Then why are you getting rid of this stuff? Well, I haven't touched it in a long time, so it's doing is taking up space. Like a lot of the files that I have in my laptop. Like the one that's labeled homework. Why don't you just move it all into your room then? I could do that, I suppose, but what? I just really don't think I'm cut out for painting, Justice. I bet you Justice will be an immaculate painter somehow. ... I gotta be honest with you, Taker. Makes me sad to think that you're giving up on something you once enjoyed. How was she unintentionally motivating me? Like, it makes sense. Like, I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a few years now. I did 3 other channels before I did this one. And they all ended up failing. I kept thinking I'm just going to give up on it. And yet, I still managed to make this one. I do a bunch of gameplays now. And somehow this channel, though it doesn't have as many subscribers as my previous channels that I made, somehow gets more traction than all the other ones. It's amazing. Anyways, enough about me. ... You say you aren't good at painting. So what? Is there a competition? Well, no. Do you have the best Do you have to be the best painter out there? I mean, if Markiplier's ego is boosted because he has to be the best Five Nights at Freddy's player, Mark is the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, I am the king of Helltaker. Besides Daddy Vin represent Pai Sensei. ... No, I suppose not. Then answer me this honestly. Even though the paint jobs weren't great, you still enjoy painting, don't you? I did. Then who cares? Me! Pardon? Look, I know it feels good to be good at something. Of course Justice is good at something. That this is a hobby, man. You're not entering them in any competitions. You're not selling them for profit. So who cares if you're good or not? Well, she's technically got a point with everything else. I mean, granted, I gotta be good at YouTube in order for me to get even more traction, but all that matters is all that matters is you and the enjoyment you get out of the deal. Right? Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you what to do here. I mean, you kind of are, but this is kind of the same mentality that I tell other people, especially while I'm at work. You're free to do whatever you want. I'm not going to judge you, nor am I obligated to tell you what to do. If you really want to get rid of this stuff, go for it. I won't stop you. But if you ask me, I don't think you really want to close the door on this hobby. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you enjoyed the hell out of painting those things, and the only reason you're quitting is because there's a little voice in your head that's needling you and saying that you have to be good at something for it to be worthwhile. Well, I say screw that. Being good at a hobby is secondary. Happiness is what really counts, unless you're in my position. You find yourself looking down at the figure resting in your palm. It's true, the paint job is horrendous. But nevertheless, you recall the excitement you felt when you brought it home and took it out of the box. You remember staring wide-eyed at the piece laid out before you, daydreaming of all the colors you wanted to use. It took you all afternoon just to paint that one figurine. Wow. An afternoon well spent. You're right. I do miss this hobby. And I don't really want to get rid of this stuff. Then don't. Here, let me help you clean this all up and we can set it up in your room, yeah? Maybe you can describe to me just how you painted some of these little dudes. You nod and set the work cleaning up the figures off the living room floor. Alright, this is our room. It's very pinkish. With Justice's help, it doesn't take too long at all, and soon the two of you are sitting side by side on your bed with the box contents laid out before you. Grinning from ear to ear, Justice has the figurine of a knight in her hands and was feeling it over with her fingertips. And what about this one? It's red. Oh my god! What kind of describing word is that, man? Yeah, maybe you could describe to me in detail what these are? It's red. Oh man, I need to laugh. Like this whole video, like it was really motivational and everything like that. I loved it, but you gotta have some comedy in there too. Just red. Yeah. Well, what kind of red? Ooh, is it my favorite red? Was it devil red candy? Is it a deep blood red? Is it a bright crimson? Or maybe it's close to soft rose. She knows her colors. Nope, it's not like that. It's a red. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if I actually find this funny, or maybe it's because allergy season is here and a lot of the allergies are starting to hit me and mess with my head. But I find this honestly really funny. Oh, just red? No, there's some yellow on the lion on its shield. I see. Well, rather you don't. And how about this one? That's an elf sort of character. I painted her robes green. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, this is a whole D&D thing, man. As you watch Justice play with the figure in her hand, a thought occurs to you. Say, Justice. I don't want to sound rude, but how can you picture what colors are? How can you picture what colors are what? I wasn't always blind, you know. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. You weren't? No, well, I get why he would think that. I mean, the phrase is justice is blind, and that works in both ways. No, when I was much younger, I could see. Oh. What happened? That's a long story, Taker. Perhaps for another day? Oh, does that mean the third day we get more lore? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't worry about it, Chief. If it were up to me, I'd have no problems telling you all about it. If you didn't have If it were up to you, wait, what? But since there are others in this house that are involved in that story, I don't want to out their pasts without their consent, you know? I understand. Okay, never mind then. I thought she meant like Lucy's forbidden her to tell anybody how she became blind. Without missing a beat, wait. What if that is what she's referring to? Like Lucy could have been the only other one involved, and she doesn't want anyone knowing how she got blind. Ooh, interesting. Without missing a beat, Justice reaches for another figure. What color is this one? Actually, I haven't painted that one yet. Really? Yeah. I've been meaning to get around to it, but I've been a little sidetracked lately. You know, dealing with 9 demon girls in one house. Well, what are you waiting for now? You've got the paints and brushes. Now's a good time as any to slap a coat on this bad boy. I suppose you're right. Let's see here. You rummage around the box for your paints. However, much to your dismay, you find them all in bad sorts. They're all dried out. Many of the hues have leaked out due to them improperly closed, while others have gone bad outright. Damn. What is it? My paints are bad. They're evil. What a bummer. Looks like I didn't close them properly. I'll have to restock at some point. Where do you usually get your paints? There's a little hobby shop in town. They've got a big wall of paints, so I shouldn't have a problem loading up on some new colors. Can I come with you? You really want to? Of course! We can browse through some of their models too, right? I should expand my collection, shouldn't I? That's what I'd like to hear. So it's a date, right? Yeah, it's a date. Oh, I thought we were going to do like the date now! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well that was actually one of the shortest second dates yet. And I'm not mad about it. This was actually a really fun date. I forgot how much fun it is going out with Justice. So we got a little bit of lore in regards to like knights and everything that were down in hell and all that kind of stuff. But she also mentioned little children, meaning that there were also little mini demon ladies and gentlemen that roamed around in hell as well. So that's a little bit of lore to the past. But I'm guessing on the next date, as we're going through the hobby shop, Justice here is going to tell us how she actually became blind. The community has always had big theories about it, and all that kind of stuff. Apparently, at one point, people put it together that it was because of the fight that Justice had with Beale when she was being banished in the original game, because that's part of the lore there, that's how she became blind. So I'm interested to see what 133 has decided to do with this. Anyways, now that that's done, instead of going straight to the Lucy date, which I know we can still do now, we don't have to do all the other girls yet, and as much as I'd like for her to maybe raise the top a little bit, we're going to be doing the Judgment date in the next gameplay. Now, with the Judgment date, I'm really excited about it. You guys know I really love Judgment, and the last time we did a date with her, it didn't exactly bode well. So, hopefully we can change that and make things a little bit better. With that said, guys, I'm the Korrupted Judge, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you around.